You can make a mediocre sale barn cow look like a good one pretty quick. They looked like junk. Now they look great. These ones behind me are more of a rebreed program that we get some out of the sale barn and see what we can make of them. Sometimes you end up with really nice cows coming out of the sale barn that just had a bad day and got sent there. Other times you kind of end up with who knows what, and so you try to make something of them. So we also run a backgrounding operation, feedlot operation, and we like to see the results of the work on the cow-calf side come through into finishing them. We spent a lot of years running just cheap tubs and maybe some loose mineral if they were looking rough. You know, we were spending a lot of money on tubs in the end of the year. You have to go back and get more. They were hitting them pretty hard. That cheap protein source isn't cheap when you have to use a lot of it. And we were fortunate enough to have a semi-local dealer that reached out, and we were a little hesitant to start. Change is hard, even though we were kind of looking for it. Put out the first set of tubs. It's a little bit scary, just how much they consumed that first time. Our sales rep was great about talking us through that, kind of giving us some tips to slow that consumption too. He had us put salt blocks in the tubs to just kind of slow them down if it was getting too aggressive for us. That consumption really started to drop. The next set of tubs we put out lasted longer. The set after that lasted longer than the set before. When they run out of a tub and you put a new one out, they're not, waiting for it to get dropped off the pickup, because they stay satisfied, they stay healthy, they stay happy. It's not just a treat for them. They go lick on it when they need it and get what they need out of it, and then move on to the grass, which should be their main focus. Where we're trying to grow our operation, grow our herd, we do buy out of the sale barn pretty regular, and sometimes they come in looking rough. A couple months on these tubs, get those vitamins stocked up in the system, and they start looking good. You can make a mediocre sale barn cow look like a good one pretty quick and easy on these, and they're a lot better off calving with a better condition, better vitamins. You see a lot fewer calving issues. A lot of these cows are coming through the sale barn because they had calving issues. Some of that's genetic, so we do see a few issues on these cows, but not any more than an average operation. We have some cows that we've raised ourselves from calves. We don't see a lot of calving issues with them, so you would expect a lot more calving, breeding issues on sale barn cows, and we really don't see them. We get them on these Riomax tubs, so then by the time you turn out bulls and by the time you start getting calves out of them, they're like any cow that has been on the place for 5-10 years, and a little bit of TLC on those cows goes a long ways to give them the benefit of the doubt coming out of the sale barn and make a good cow out of them. Like, I want to keep all these girls. I didn't even want to buy them in the sale barn. They looked like junk. Now they look great. It makes me a lot less anxious to be spending money on cows. You have to have a profit. You have to have a lot of confidence in your operation to make it work right now. And we've learned that with Riomax. The cheapest protein isn't necessarily going to produce the most in our cows. Whereas this is a complete package. Saw a huge difference, and we've been excited and trying them on every cow that comes through the place at this point, and show all of our friends and neighbors, and we like to talk about them. Our ration in the winter has changed a little bit, a little cheaper, less nutritional value, because they maintain through the winter so well. Even if we get a big snow and it covers up some grass, we feel a lot better about just putting a little hay out, keep some warmth in their belly. We don't necessarily need to provide nutritional value on a few snowy days. Obviously, long stretches, we're gonna mix up a better ration. I talk about the cattle being the backbone of this operation, making it run, but the pasture is what keeps them alive, so realistically, it's the land. You have to maintain it. You have to maintain the pasture for the next year. Just because there's a drought one year doesn't mean you get to run it into the dirt. You have to make other decisions to maintain that pasture for future years, and Riomax is one of those decisions. The cows hit our grass a lot less than they used to. We hit these smaller paddocks a little bit harder for about 2, maybe 3 weeks, and then we have to pull them off because they'll start doing damage to the grass. Right now, these girls are on probably week 8 of being on the same pasture, which is a lot longer than where they used to be. We see the calves out there licking on them. We know that they're getting those vitamins and minerals from mom, but they're also hitting those tubs once they start eating grass. So then their gut is already adjusted to some of those things. So when they come in the feedlot and they're getting a mixed ration, their gut's not going through so many changes. They know how to digest proteins. They know how to digest complex things. They haven't just had roughage their entire life. Helps them to get up on it on ration without bloating issues. We like to keep them healthy. Vitamins and minerals just go a long ways. Antibiotics obviously cure things, but you can just avoid the problem altogether by having a healthy diet coming off the pasture, and that includes for us Riomax tubs, keeping them up on high value tubs like Riomax, making sure that the vitamins and minerals stores are already met, their needs have been met before they get to the feedlot, gives them the advantage. Everyone has the same options. We all have grass, we all have cattle. There's only a few ways to make more money. You see so many ranches, so many long-standing ranches end at a generation or simply go bankrupt because they refuse to change. And change is hard, but when you start seeing those returns, it helps a lot and it makes you confident that you're doing the right thing. It is the tub that pays for itself.